Accused criminals illegally using your money to pay for their attorney. That's what 8 News investigative reporter AJ Lagoe exposed in his series, Court-Appointed Fraud.
So far, one man's been convicted and investigations have been opened in several jurisdictions. A state senator's even proposed a law to fix the loophole that allows that fraud.
But tonight, as AJ reports, lawmakers failed to take action, killing the bill that would have helped curb the crime. It's funded on your dime.
This list of names stretching across the lawn at Chesterfield Courthouse represents just a fraction of the people who applied for and received a court-appointed attorney in Chesterfield General District Court last year, costing taxpayers more than $734,000. When you include the Circuit Court and Juvenile and Domestic Relations Court, the price tag jumps to more than $2 million.
You're not entitled to a lawyer at taxpayer expense when you're lying about property that you own that would allow you to pay for it yourself.
State Senator Tom Garrett's referring to a loophole in Virginia law we exposed last year. When a criminal defendant asks for a court-appointed attorney claiming they can't afford their own, they fill out one of these financial forms, answering questions about money in the bank, income, and property owned. It warns in bold print that the statement is made under oath, and any false statement is perjury.
We're convinced there's a large number that aren't telling the truth.
We actually proved it, doing what no one else has ever done, matching names of people who received a court-appointed attorney versus land records in several area counties. We found quite a few people like this guy, William Lloyd Henry, lying to the court, not disclosing they owned homes and costing taxpayers big bucks.
Based on the work that Channel 8's done, that we know that it's happened in Chesterfield, we know that it's happened in Louisa, we know that it's happened in Henrico. I think we can extrapolate that logically out across the Commonwealth.
Back to Exhibit A, William Henry, a serial criminal. He has countless arrests on his record and numerous convictions. After each arrest in counties across central Virginia, he requested a court-appointed attorney. All of his numerous arrest warrants show his address is 2314 Wickham Road in Bumpus, real estate that our check of county property record shows he owns outright, without a mortgage. It's assessed at more than $150,000. But on all of the financial statements Henry filled out, he clearly never discloses that he owns real estate.
Mr. Henry, were you lying on those documents?
And get this, when arrested in August of 2011 for assault, Henry lists his total income as zero. But in fact, he was renting out an apartment in the basement of his home. Signed receipts we obtained show he was paid $600 a month for rent that August, and for numerous months both before and after. At the same time, taxpayers were footing the bill for his attorney fees. So how was he getting away with it? Turns out there's a loophole in Virginia law. The state's guidelines manual says the court may, but is not required to verify the estimations given on those financial forms. It's not required, and no one's doing it. So in courtrooms across the Commonwealth, you can lie to the judge and no one will call you out on it. At least until we begin showing up on the cheat's doorsteps, cameras rolling.
Now you say you don't own the home?
To fix the glaring problem of the left hand not knowing what the right is doing, Senator Garrett introduced this bill to the General Assembly that would have linked the state databases containing land records with the database that criminal proceedings are entered into.
What we're trying to do is, if you're already entering a name and you're already entering an address, have them go into both databases simultaneously and return the records automatically.
But Garrett's bill got killed at the GA over financial concerns. We asked the senator if that means it's still open season in Virginia to lie to the court and likely get away with it.
Now, I think you lie on your court-appointed counsel paperwork at your very own peril, because right now, thanks to the work that you've done and some of the work that we did in Louisa, I think people are going back and double-checking.
Senator Garrett says he plans on tweaking his bill and bringing it back next year because the initial cost is likely just a drop in the bucket compared to the money that would be saved by catching all the cheats. Now, if you're wondering what happened to William Henry, whom we profiled in our story, he was convicted and sentenced in December on multiple counts of forgery, uttering, and perjury for lying and making you pay for his lawyer. As always, if you have a story for me to look into, email me at ajinvestigates@wric.com, or you can find me on Facebook. It's also under AJ Investigates.